sleeps on a Mexican beach, slept in trash, American trash. Okay, so Americans are going over to Mexico to vacation, and what, we're just dumping our trash. And so he's like, this is our trash that I'm sleeping in here on Mexican soil. Too much can ruin a good time. This is all my speculation. So let me know, put in comments how close I am or how far off I am.
It's showtime, folks.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Into the Music. My name is Greg, and how's everyone doing out there? Yeah, I think it's actually been a few weeks now since I've last recorded content for this channel. Yeah, I got knocked down big time by some sort of upper respiratory infection, um, not named COVID. I got COVID last year around this time. This actually felt worse than COVID. So it still hasn't completely left me, but I feel like I've turned the corner and I'm itching to get back on to the channel, doing some content. So here I am. And plus, I got a lot of Kofi stuff that's backed up. So I got to tear through those first, right? Well, I'm not going to tear through them, right? I'm gonna delicately and take my time and enjoy. And so the first one that's up is from Bob. Bob, how you doing? It's been a long time, right? Since we've like said last said, hey Bob, how you doing? So I hope you're doing well over by you. And you want me to listen to Minutemen, and the song is I Felt Like a Gringo. It's a live acoustic version. I see it's really short. So yeah. Um, I hope I get a really sort of big bang out of the buck. um, it's really short. But that's it. I'll put that to the side. And here we go. I Felt Like a Gringo by Minutemen.
Tell a white boy deal, that's my problem. Obstacle to joy, one reason to use some drug. Slept in a beach, slept in trash. American trash, think much could ruin a good time. Aspects are all for Americans who won, I said, the election. He laughed, I felt like a gringo. They put us on when they had some fun with us. Why can't you be time while the soldiers in the street? Why spend the fourth in someone else's country?
What's really interesting is that after I listened to the live version, I jumped on the original version, where fleshed in with the whole band, electric guitars and all like that. Um, I was thinking about actually recording it um, and putting it on, and I was gonna do it like, maybe like 20 seconds in. I was like, sounds great. I'm gonna pull it in, and it just sounded a lot like the acoustic version. Just everything fleshed in. Didn't really sound any different. So, um, I mean, I have to be honest. This to me sounds like an unfinished song. Now I got the lyrics pulled up and some interesting things that he was singing about. So I want to get into it. Um, but I mean, musically, it just seems unfinished to me. So Bob, this has to be something that hit you personally, connected with you. And I mean, I got plenty of these songs like this, right? And I don't, yeah, I don't know if you know showing them to other people, I might risk kind of having someone go, I don't know, I don't get that. Um, and Yeah, and I think maybe this is one of those. I mean, I have to be honest. I don't see myself ever really going back to this. It's just so darn short. And the thing is that right before they ended, after the last verse was sung, then they started getting again into like that jam. I mean, I can absolutely see because listening to the original version and hearing that, I'm like, they could have just taken that out and just rode with that for maybe 2 minutes of just this jam, you know. And it brought it back in, and then that ding ding ding, ding 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 ding, and then just end it. But just to have 2 minutes of just musical kind of just jam the shit out of the guitars and the bass like that. I mean, Minutemen could play, but they decided to kind of just keep it like that's it, we're done. Whatever we were singing about, we're done. And I'm like, no, 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 no. You really needed to put more like instrumental in there, stretch that baby out to make it, I think, to make it memorable. Yes, I mean, I do subscribe to the theory of a song is a song. And if it's 9 minutes long and it works, then it was meant to be 9 minutes long. And if it's 2 minutes and plus change, it's usually kind of a hit. You sort of, hit and run, bam, and then it's out. And it's power packed. And usually those songs, it's like, yeah, you know what? It was meant to be 2 minutes and 45 minutes and 45 seconds. This to me, a minute and 59 seconds is just too short. Yeah, yeah. No, no other way to kind of slice and dice it. Yeah, yeah. So, um, yeah, I just got to be honest. So with that said, but I appreciate that this song is special to you, and that's why you wanted me to listen to it. And I actually really do greatly and deeply appreciate that. And I'm honored. I really am. I mean, I'm honored all the time. Every time you and everyone else wants me to listen to a song, and it's paying for me to listen to a song that you guys love. So I just wish I really could have love this or potentially love this. But that said, who knows? A couple months from now, I got this on a playlist. I'm so unpredictable. But with that said, let me just, excuse me, get back into, see, it's not completely gone yet. I might have to edit that out. Minutemen began, right? So D Boone and Mike Watt. So Mike actually plays the bass, right? Um, and yeah, bassist and vocalist. And D Boone is also guitarist and vocalist. Now, is it D Boone who's actually singing this song uh on the recording, right? In the live? Let let me know. I think he is. Because I pulled in something here from genius.com, the lyric website that I use a lot. Get into the lyrics, and it did say something about Mike Watt writing the song. So and then Boone died, right? Boone was the one who died in an automobile accident in 1985. And then the band just broke up shortly thereafter. They were noted in the California punk community. This is Wiki I'm reading off of. Um, they were noted in the California punk community for a philosophy of jamming econo, a sense of thriftiness reflected in their touring short, tight songs. See, they were known for the short and tight songs, as well as their eclectic style drawn on hardcore punk, funk, jazz, and other sources. I just think they could have went longer on this. All right, and then I got genius.com up, and there is actually someone wrote something, which I love. Every time someone writes something for on genius.com, because it just adds context. It fleshes it out for me. And it's not much though. It's just someone saying Mike Watt penned this joint, wrote this song after the band took an excursion to Mexico on the 4th of July, 1982. The trip was also the impetus for the Minutemen song Corona from the Double Nickels on a Dime album. Okay, so they went to Mexico, came back, and this is what they had to say. And so it starts off ton of white boy guilt. That's my problem. Obstacle to joy, one reason to use some drugs. Slept on Mexican beach, slept in trash. So I guess so. Mike is white. He goes to Mexico. He sees poverty around him. He feels guilty. To take away that sort of stress and angst, pain, guilt, he's taken some drugs. Okay, sleeps on a Mexican beach, slept in trash, American trash. Okay, so people are going, Americans are going over to Mexico to vacation, and what, we're just dumping our trash. And so he's like, this is our trash that I'm sleeping in here on Mexican soil. Too much can ruin a good time. This is all my speculation, so let me know, put in comments how close I am or how far off I am. I asked the Mexican for who ran a bar for Americans. Who won? I said, the election. He laughed. I felt like a gringo. We paid for a song and they had some fun with us. Why can't you buy a good time? Why are there soldiers in the streets? Why did I spend the fourth in somebody else's country? So I don't know. I don't know how much meaning there is behind the song. I think it's just kind of something he wrote. It was sort of a life experience, and he wrote about it. They jammed out on it, and that was it. But they should have stretched it out, because that's the thing. Not to stretch it out because just to make it a song. Just make it a song. 1 minute and 59 seconds is just not a song. Just stretch it out. No, I want to be clear. Um, Bob, this had a really good riff. They were jamming. They had some really good stuff that they were jamming with or coming up with. um, that's what I'm talking about. That was gold. That was music gold. And I think they just made. It seems like that's what they did, right? They kind of wrote these short songs. They were in and out, and they were done. I think they missed the boat on this one. I think they should have really stretched this thing out and just jammed out. Anyway, but Bob, like always, I really appreciate when you request a song from me. Yeah, so thank you so much. And Bob, I hope you have a good rest of the day. And to everyone out there, I hope the same for you. And until next time, I'll see everyone on the next episode of Into the Music.